Okay, continuing on with the topic of suppliers, and do we need a supplier? We've talked about make or buy decisions, where if we make it, it's considered insourcing. If we buy it, it's considered outsourcing. But this talks about the advantages and disadvantages of each one. And you'll notice there's a lot of question marks around the board, because sometimes it works one way, sometimes it works the other way. Now, here we are at Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza. That's a restaurant, chain of restaurants. We're everywhere. Every corner is a Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza. I hope that's it. Okay, so the question is, do we grow the chickens ourselves and have our own chicken farm, or do we continue maybe buying the processed chickens? And well, maybe we would be better growing our own chickens. Maybe there would be advantages. If we grow our own chickens, we might have more control over the operation, volumes, just in general, lower costs. Would we have more control over the quality, the cost? Would the advantage of insourcing, having our own chicken farm, result in lower costs? Well, that's a good question. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. Would we have better quality? Well, maybe we'd have better quality chicken, healthier chickens. Maybe we'll feed them healthier stuff. We could have more control by having our own quality control lab, where we test for any kind of things that we don't want on our chicken. And an advantage of having our own chicken farm would be to have a source of a core competency. If we could get really good at growing chickens, maybe our quality would be good and our costs could go low. We've got better control over everything, and we're not only good at restaurants, but we're good at growing, backward integration, good at growing chickens. So that would be the question. Some of the disadvantages of having our own chicken farm might be a big investment. It sounds easy, you just buy some chickens, but at the Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza, we need a lot of chickens. This would be a huge operation. If you've ever been across the river, you see all the big chicken houses. We need a lot of chicken houses. That would cost a lot of money. It would also be risky for our money as well, because we've got it all tied up. Now, Mauricio doesn't know anything. Well, knows a little bit about growing a chicken, but not an expert at growing chicken. It's going to take time for the learning curve to kick in. We're going to make mistakes. We don't know all the curveballs that get thrown at us as a chicken farm, like the heat or too much rain or diseases, sickness, things like that. We would have to learn. And I guess we'd have to hatch our own chickens, which means we have to have chickens laying eggs. So we have two operations. This is going to be huge. It's going to tie up a lot of cash. Will we achieve better quality or worse quality? There's tricks to the trade. We don't know those yet. Maybe we'll end up with poor quality and higher cost due to no economies of scale. The professional chicken farmers buy chicken feed by the thousands of pounds. We need a lot of chicken, but we don't have that kind of scale going on. So our cost might be actually higher. We could have chaos. We lose all our chickens. They all fly away in the hurricane. Disease. This does happen. A disease finds its way here, and then they have to kill all of our chickens. So we have risk. I'm not sure we want to have our own chicken farm. Maybe we should just stick to being Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza. We're in the restaurant and branding business. So if we could outsource, maybe we should just outsource our chickens. The advantages of that would be we have less investment. We don't have to buy all those chicken coops. We're not locked in if changes occur. What if nobody else, all of a sudden nobody wants fried neck and back? What are we going to do? We got chicken farms. Maybe we have to switch over to the Krabby Patty. Hang out with Patrick, SpongeBob. The advantages might be lower cost and higher quality. Basically, we don't know what we're doing. They have relationships, I would imagine, with the feed mills or farmers. Maybe they even grow their own corn. Maybe they have higher quality, less sickness, more healthy birds. So, advantages of outsourcing, letting them do it. Let the experts do it. We're not experts in chickens. We're diversifying ourselves. We're overstretching. We're too confident. We're getting into something that we don't know anything about. Just let the experts do it. That would be an advantage of just letting them do it. Let them grow up the chickens and we'll buy them. And there is a concept of we sticking to the knitting, which would be our advantage by letting them do it, because we're in the restaurant business and we have to protect and pump up, keep brand awareness for Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza. Disadvantages of outsourcing: loss of control. We don't have control over the chicken population that we need. We're everywhere. We need thousands of chickens every night. Quality. Maybe they have poor quality. Maybe they don't know as much as we thought. Variation. Over here, if we did it, we would have a chicken that would be processed at a certain weight, so all of our neck and backs are all the same size. Consistent quality is what our customers want. Are they going to do that for us? We're going to get some little necks and backs and big necks and backs. Now the customer gets confused and they just decided to go with Krabby Patties. Single supplier problems. Our total quality management, so to speak, makes us or sends us to the idea of having a single supplier. But what happens if something happens? Now, liability of hidden defects. See, if we have our own quality control lab, we can tell if there's any bugs and stuff in the chicken, and maybe, that would be catastrophic. These people, maybe they don't care. They sell us some sick birds. And then our Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza brand is in trouble. Nobody wants our chicken anymore because people got sick. We didn't know about it. Also, disadvantages of letting somebody else do it. We have to bring the birds over. The transportation. What if there's a delay? What if it's Thursday night? It's Thirsty Thursday and everybody's headed to the Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza and there's no necks or backs. That's not a bonanza. Language. Many of the chicken growers speak German. There could be problems with that. If we get away from the Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza, think about let outsourcing to other countries. Long distances, language barriers, lots of trouble there. And if we outsource everything, then it erodes our core competencies. For you to understand that, consider a private label. We talk about private labels in marketing strategy. Private label is where you basically don't do anything but the branding. And then therefore you don't really make anything, you just let other people make it, package it, and then you bring it to you and with your name on it, and then you brand it and get it out there. So you really have no core competencies and therefore a diluted competitive advantage. It's interesting to think. A lot of stuff is outsourced. Clothing brands, are they really making their own clothes? They might be designing it, but are they making it? So really their core competency is the design of the clothes, not the manufacturing of the clothes. This goes for major shoe manufacturers too. Are they making the shoes? They just design the shoes and market the shoes and brand the shoes. Electronics. They're in the innovation, market research, research and development business there, and branding. I don't think they make most of their stuff. They outsource all of that. So things to consider, whether or not to insource something or outsource it. Sometimes it's best for other people to do it. Sometimes it's best for you to do it. Come see us at the Mauricio's Fried Neck and Back Bucket Bonanza.